This man once had a very small, ordinary dream. He kept that old drawing his entire precious life. 60 million people died because of one single decision. Vienna, 1907, 38 years before the bunker. He believed this door was where real life begins. The professor opened the folder. No particular interest today. 2 words, written fast, into the left pile today. The city moved on. It did not notice him. They were wrong. He would prove it next year. Drawing was the only thing he had ever known. 1 year later, new folder, the same closed door. Second rejection is not a mistake, it is permanent. 1 bag. He walked inside, did not look back. He stared at the ceiling. He did not belong. Sold them to strangers who never asked his name. The pamphlets told him who was responsible, he believed. 5 years in Vienna, the artist was finally gone. The professor ate dinner, slept well, never thought again. A small room, angry men, someone was finally listening. He could speak, the crowd leaned in, everything changed. His name was Adolf Hitler. This is where it started. The hand that drew churches now signed the laws. 1 finger on a map, 70 million lives ended. His name on the orders, he never saw trains. He wanted to build cities, he destroyed them instead. Berlin was burning, he had made all of this. Now you see his face, now you know everything. Same folder, same afternoon, now you see what held. 1 road becomes 2. The world is still undecided. The professor paused. He looked once more, chose differently. The letter said yes. His hands shook. A future. A room full of people wanting what he wanted. A professor pointed at his work. He was seen. Arguments, bad coffee, a friend. The rage had nowhere. His first real building. Modest, solid, still standing today. He designed hospitals. He survived the war at work. He read about the angry men, shook his head. He saw the rally, recognized the anger, kept walking. His building, his wife, his child asking about parks. They disagreed about politics, stayed friends. That was everything. A library. A plaque, his name on it. Enough. He read the dark news, was afraid like everyone else. He helped his friend pack, gave money, shook hands. The war years, he sat at his table, innocent. Trains in this world carried only passengers, just passengers. This is Tuesday, 1942. An ordinary Tuesday afternoon. Warsaw, Rotterdam, Coventry, London, Hull, still belonging to someone. Einstein stayed and worked. That letter was never written. A different map, a century shaped by different choices. The energy for destruction became energy for building instead. The silenced music kept playing, we cannot know what. Conflicts still happened, but no one reached that ceiling. They never knew what they escaped. Nobody ever does. The professor died peacefully, never once remembered the boy. He taught students who would never become famous. Enough. Every morning he touched the wall of his building. His child beat him in the architecture argument. Good. He held the old drawing beside his finished building. Same city, same window, Everything outside was still intact. Same man, bunker, window, one professor, one word, worlds. The pen was hovering, the word not yet written. Every life has this crossroads, almost no one sees. Same hands, same start, one word, two different worlds. Isolation is where ideology grows. Belonging is what stops. Words from authority land harder than the speaker knows. Seeing someone costs nothing. Not seeing can cost everything. This is you today. Someone near you holds folder. You became this from what you did not choose. One pause, 1 second, the folder goes to right. Right now, a child draws, someone about to respond. Every city carries the shape of what was allowed. He kept the drawings even in the bunker. There. Was the darkness always there, or did rejection create? This is the world that could have been, visible. The plaque outlasts the name. Some things need know. Every building begins with a line. Every war, person. He walked out, accepted, did not yet know anything. A bench, a sketch, a city he thought beautiful. Being seen changes the odds, not guaranteed, but enormously. The speech without the wound beneath it finds nobody. He walked away. He got smaller. Road kept going. Every evaluator holds what that professor held, every one. He kept his drawings his whole life, even end. The door was never locked. It needed only pause. The bunker, the window, one word between two images. The pen still hovering. The word is still unwritten. He is 19. He is drawing. Everything still open. A child shows a drawing. An adult really looks. The words face away. You already know what say. Every path was shaped by something small someone did. The pause, that is all it would have taken. Large forces move through small rooms on ordinary afternoons. We live in the world that was made now. You may never know which afternoon was the one. The bunker is one answer, the lit window another. Same bench, same drawing. You see it differently now. He opened the folder one more time. That all. The door was open, always open. He walked through. A child holds a drawing up. An adult responds. Which pile will you choose? That is the question.